Welcome back to MMA Oddsbreaker, ladies and gentlemen. This week I have the very talented and very beautiful Jocelyn Lybarger on the other side of the camera. I had a pleasure meeting her in Vegas here several times. We have a couple of same joint things we do for it. It ain't chemo, which is a cancer stamping out cancer and basically kicking cancer's ass foundation that Ryan Couture is part of, and it's really special to my heart too because a couple of my family members died of cancer, so of course everyone's got that story. But that's how we connected with each other. You were the first, the first openly gay fighter that I knew. Like you were the one. Like you didn't care. Like it never bothered you at all to be who you were. And as I said before the interview started, I wish more men were like that if in the same boat. I mean, just by default, there has to be gay men that fight. There just have to be. Whether they're bi, they're gay, or whatever, there have to be men like that compete. How tough has it been for you as a female fighter, one, because the talent level's not that deep, and two, being open about your relationship and being on Instagram with your relationship and on Facebook about it? Have you had any backlash from any of the fans or any of the sponsors or anything?
Sponsors, no. From fans, when I do interviews and stuff like that, of course, people have mean comments to say, about either it's my hairstyle or whatever. There's always people lashing mean comments. And when I look back at it and read it, sometimes it hurts my feelings, but then sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I just get over it. Carla Esparza said a good comment to me one time because there was this mean comment. I did an interview for Middle Easy, and this somebody, I don't know if it was male or female, posted this horrible comment about my gap. Oh. And, and it was just this comment that just hurt me. And Carla's like, Jocelyn, you got to remember that they're going on that website to watch your interview. They watch your interview, then they post a comment about your gap. Yeah. So, pretty much, keep talking about me. You're making me famous. So if people want to talk about my gap, that's fine. I'm not. Before Misha came out, Kat came out for a little bit. So it felt good to hit some girls and stuff like that when I'm always sparring against the boys. But I've been there for a year and a half now, and I've came leaps and bounds, and everything is time there. Meaning, like, we're all on the same. Like, people think like Ben does different things, but the professional team, we're all on the same schedule, pretty much. Oh, okay. Ben doesn't do his own thing. We all do it together. We all do strength and conditioning together. We all have mitt work. We have, ground, stuff like that. So it's amazing. I love it. And I'm really excited about this fight because I haven't fought in Arizona in 3 years. It was the last time I fought in Arizona. Oh. And I'll be the only girl fight, the only girl bout on the card. And then also 3 of my teammates who fight out of the lab are also on this King of the Cage card. So there's going to be 4 of us from the lab. So it's going to be a full house.
Now let's reverse just for a second and go back and talk about Benson. How did he look during his training camp, and how did you see his progression? Because every time to me, it seems like he fights, he improves by 5 or 6%. Where a lot of guys at his level, especially at the top of the game, only improving maybe 1 or 2%. He seems to make serious jumps every fight. I'm kind of interested in how that pulls together, especially from your point of view. You're somebody that trains alongside him every day.
We have something we go about is we get 1% better every day. We have to do something different. We have to learn something new and drill it constantly every single day. 1,000 reps on, we still drill triangles, armbar 1,000 times a day, because with muscle memory, we have to get better at everything we do. When you saw his last fight, how he did the thigh punch, everybody talks about that when he did that to Nate. That's something they pull out, but he's going to be doing a lot of tricks tonight, so.
Yeah, he's going to have to against Gilbert Melendez. It's a pretty tough bout with Gilbert, and I've known Gilbert. I've commentated a lot of his fights. I've known him for a long time. I've only recently got to know Benson. I didn't know him before he was in the big leagues. I just didn't know him. Unlike Gilbert, I've known for a long time. I actually knew his dad before I actually knew Gilbert. And it's going to be one of those fights where both guys have to bring their A game, but whoever trained better and whoever is more on tonight will be the victor. It's not one of those, this guy's just, a little bit better, a little bit, one guy's a little bit better than the other. These guys are evenly matched up, just different ways than what everyone thinks about. So I'm really excited for this fight tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how it pulls together. Are you going to be? You're obviously still in finish up.
I see when Misha was here for 3 weeks, like we were training hard, and my weight kind of dropped really fast, and I didn't want it to, so I kind of had to eat more and stuff.
Okay.
Because I fight at 125, and when she got here, I was about 140, and then it started dropping down like fast, like 134, and I was like, what the heck? So I started eating. So I'm 140 right now, comfortable. So
good.
I got my 6-pack and everything, and then I'll start dieting down.
Now, do you? I see some pictures on Instagram. Is it you that rides a lot, or who is it that rides a lot? That road bikes?
No, that's Jana, my partner. She's she's a triathlete, so she's training right now for her next race is the weekend before my fight. So she has Tempe International May 19th. And she has gotten me into it. This morning we went for a nice run. So we did about 7 miles. Tomorrow morning we'll get on the bikes. But it's so, because I do CrossFit too, and then I got her into CrossFit, so she fell in love with CrossFit. And she got me into, swimming more and stuff like that, which she was surprised that I could swim so well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I've been road biking a lot.
But it's good to mix up the training,
Absolutely.
We get bored in the gym every day.
I got my knees got bad, my ankles got bad. I couldn't run anymore, so I started road biking. We did hill sprints today, but it's 15 miles of hill sprints. So for me,
nice.
I don't have that endurance system. Like I can't go for a long time. Mine is a hour and 15, hour and a half system, but. Today we're like, let's do hill sprints. Now, I'm okay on hill sprints. Like, I have the power I can maintain. Was I behind the high-level amateurs? Yes. Am I still the weak link in the group? Yes. But I do notice a huge difference in my cardio system when I go in and I have to train jiu-jitsu, or I got to go in and train boxing. Like, all of a sudden, my mid-level is higher because of my road biking, then all of a sudden my top level is higher. I'm 40 years old, and you're supposed to only be, like, it's 220 minus your age is your maximum heart rate. So I'm supposed to be at around 180. Well, I'm hitting 190, 192 constantly without a problem. And maintaining it, not that 30 seconds you're supposed to, but like a higher level athlete where I'm maintaining it for 45, 50 seconds. When I crash, I crash. Like it's a complete fall off the map. But to me, it's amazing how much road biking, just road biking, has improved my system. Do you feel that same difference when when you're swimming and biking and running? Do you get that same feeling too when it translates over into MMA?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yes.
I mean, yeah, but the breathing is still different. Like the pain, that feeling you get when you're sparring, where you just gotta get over that hump, and then you feel okay. Mm-hmm. Like I haven't done a race or anything like her. She's, done Ironman and all that crazy stuff. Yeah.
What?
She's legit. And just what she's awesome. But she took me on my first bike ride. What did we do? Like 25 miles, and what did we do? We did 23 miles, and it was hurting me. Like my butt was hurting in parts it hasn't hurt before. But it is different. But having CrossFit and our strength and conditioning coach that we have at the lab, you see Ben, he doesn't open his mouth for 5 rounds, like he just keeps going.
Well, that's because there's a toothpick in there. He can't open his mouth. If he opens up the toothpick.
He always has that toothpick in there. He really does.
I believe it.
No, but like I was saying, it's fun to do different stuff. Like CrossFit. I don't overdo it at CrossFit,
Right.
John Crouch, he's really on me about that. Not to overdo it. He's on Jamie too, not to overdo it. But it's just good to mix up the training and do something different with our bodies.
Okay. Well, Jocelyn, thanks for coming on here at MMA Oddsbreaker. I really appreciate it. Good luck on May 25th against Jessica Armstrong-Kennett. I think it's going to be. I'm very interested to see how this fight pulls out. I really am, just because of I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. And I love how you compete. And I love how you train. So I definitely want to see this happen as quickly as possible.